and welcome to Brazos Fiber Works. Today is episode 70. You guys, it's been a couple weeks. We had winter storm weather, which I will talk about in Life News later, where we were in Missouri and then it was snow there, ice here. Talk about all that later. I have finished a book, started another one, so we'll talk about that later. But let's get into today. So if you are new here, thank you so much for clicking on that button and coming by. I hope you enjoyed today's video and decide to subscribe to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please also give it a thumbs up. I am Jennifer. I am the owner and dyer behind Brazos Fiber Works. I live in North Central Texas with my husband. And this is just a corner of the internet that I like to talk about my projects, what I'm working on, what I finished. Coming soon is we'll talk about spinning, sewing. I want to start weaving some dishcloths, so we will probably get into that in the future. And we have crocheting. So a lot of stuff to come this year on this channel. But today I don't have any finished objects. I only have some works in progress. Today I am off work. I am dyeing up some yarn for some orders. All right, so let's get right into today's works in progress. Or should I say the last couple weeks. I really thought I was going to have a finished object, maybe two. Just the way things went, I did not. I think these are the only 3 projects that I did work on. I could later find out that there was more. I don't know. This is all I can remember that I took with me and then I worked on. So this is the bag from Whimsy Stitches with the yarn. The yarn is a fingering weight yarn. It is called Hey Boo. It is one of his showstop colors from DFW Fiber Fest. And I did get a half object done. So I do have one sock complete. And then here is the second one. So I am going to try my best to get this done by Sunday. I really want to get it done. I think the reason why I didn't get this done is because a couple of days when we had been in Missouri and when we were coming back, I was trying to knit on this, but for some reason my non-dominant arm, like right here in the tendons, started kind of aching, which is kind of weird because I've never had problems in that. And I think it's just maybe something I overdid. I don't know. But I took a couple, 2 or 3 days off of knitting. I maybe knitted like 4 rows here and there, but I think that's why I just never got to finishing this. So I am going to try my best to finish this by Sunday, so I have it done for the month. If you guys are not part of our Brazos Fiber Works Ravelry group, please come and hop on over. We have a sock knit along every month or make along every month. If you want to crochet, knit socks, however you want to do that, come join us. And let's see. So the second project that I have been working on is my button box throw. Oh, sorry. These socks were the Rhinebeck Roomies by Kay the Crazy Sock Lady. I did forget to say that. But yes, those are the socks that I'm knitting up on. So here's my button box throw. I am using my Star Wars Advent from my Brazos Fiber Workshop from 2025. And I took 4 colors with me on vacation. I literally had those done maybe 2 days into vacation. So I definitely should have taken more because I feel like I probably could have gotten this done. I'm on color 15 right now. So here it is. It does go all the way around, but because of cable wise, I can only show you like a quarter of it. But it is just knitting up so quick. I absolutely love it. And I'm on color 15. I think, let's see, it is the button box throw by Helen Stewart, if I didn't already say that. So I am about 63% complete. Like I said, I'm on color 15, so I have 9 more colors to go. And then I think I'm going to use the full skein that I had from the Advent. I think I'm going to use her on the edging. So yeah, I'm excited about getting this one done. It is a fingering weight yarn. That's what the pattern calls for. Someday I am definitely going to try it in a DK version and see how that is. I think that would be just a lot thicker, and I think I would love that. Not that I don't love this one, but I love a thicker blanket. All right, so the third and final one that I have been working on, and I didn't get a whole lot working on this, but it is the Jelly Roll Blanket by KF Jones. And this is the only color I managed to get done, but you know, it's progress. So let me show you it in its entirety. So I am on the 6th row across, and you guys, I love this. I love the thickness. So you hold a fingering weight yarn double, and I am just enjoying it so much. So yeah, I'm just using scraps from various leftovers of Advents that I've had in the past. I think most of these are my leftover Ruby and Roses from last year. I put those into my crocheted granny square blanket last year that I finished. And now I'm just putting them in this one. So yeah, we're just going to keep going with this. And yeah, it's just one of those projects that just keeps going. There's no planned finish time for this, but yeah, I want to use up all the scraps. I started looking into my, I'm trying to remember if I finished everything. I think I finished everything on that. I started going through my scraps because if you would like to join us in the Brazos Fiber Works Ravelry group, we have a stash down this year. So getting all of our yarn stash that we currently have and working through that. So please come in, join along with that. We have some people making a lot of progress, a lot of beautiful projects. I am absolutely jealous. But you know, I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. But like I was saying, I had been starting to go through my stash, and while I do have a lot of full skeins, I have a lot of like leftover yarn. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. There's quite a bit. I'm thinking of just trying to maybe do like socks or put them into blankets. I don't know. There's tons of options, but I think first I'm going to try to work through the current stash that I have, the ones that are still full skeins, figure out what I'm going to do with those, and then yeah, start trying to figure out what I'm going to do with all of the leftovers. I don't know yet. But I do have a lot. I think with like the self-striping ones, I'm going to just add them, like just put them into socks and keep adding different self-striping, and you know, it's going to be like completely different, but I think that would be a great idea to use some of those up. And yeah, I haven't, other than I did get Chelsea, whoops, sorry, the camera's moving. I did get the Chelsea Yarns Enchanted Pages. So she had some leftovers from the January Enchanted Pages boxes. So I went ahead and grabbed one. I really wasn't going to do it, had no plans, but like it was out there. She had 4 left, and I was like, you know what? My birthday's coming up. I'm just gonna grab one. So I grabbed one. So it's supposed to be here maybe tomorrow. With all the weather, I don't know. It may come next week. But yes, so that is the only yarn that I have bought, and everything else that I have is just stash that I am working through. So yeah. I want to start on my cross stitch I want to start getting going on that. I have the one from Halloween that I bought. I haven't started on that one. And then I have all the ones from the Caterpillar Cross Stitch Advents that I need to work on. Also, those are more Christmas related. And then I have the Halloween one. So I don't know. I need to start on one of them. And I might start on the Christmas bookmark first. And then I also need to figure out my project bag for my Christmas bookshop cross stitch that I did last year. I really wanted to get that done this year to have it for Christmas, but I didn't have the material on hand that I thought I would like for it. So I'm on the hunt for some cute Christmas, I don't know, different pattern or different prints of material to make that bag. So I didn't want to just throw something together with stuff I already had. I really want to find something similar in the colors that it has in the cross stitch pattern. So yes, more to go on that. So yes, we will have cross stitch because I mean, I might not complete a cross stitch thing quickly or anything like that, but just to get working on that, to keep going with that. I have so many things. Like I want to get a lot of spinning done this year. And I said that last year and I didn't. And I know I wanted to spin with a purpose, but at this point I need to start getting through some fiber too. So yes, all of those things to come. I do promise that. I do have a couple Valentine's kits left in my shop. So head over to brazosfiberworks.com. You'll see those. I still have bags. I still have Christmas bags in there. I probably need to just phase those out at this point and start putting some new ones in there. I haven't started sewing so far since the new year. So I need to get, there's so many things I want to do. But, you know, time works against me sometimes. But let's see. I feel like I talked about shop news. I feel like, I mean, I still have my Candy Hearts and Valentine's Vibe self-striping yarns in the shop if you want to order those. And then I think around April 1st, which we still have some time, but my Advent for 2026 will be coming out. And pretty soon I'll reveal what the theme is for that. But yes, that will be coming soon, so stay tuned. Other than that, let's talk about reading, because life news I feel like is going to go a little longer. All right, so as you guys know, I was reading this book called Most Eligible, and this was my January Book of the Month Club. I absolutely love this. So just to kind of give you a synopsis, it's about a music journalist who goes on a dating reality show, kind of like The Bachelor, and she's trying to take down the main lady of the network, or of the show. And so it's really good. It's a really great story. I absolutely loved it. It kept me like just going. So yes, love this. So this just happens to also, which is so weird because I haven't seen a book that was in 1 month and a next, but this book is actually available for Book of the Month in February. So if you feel like you would like grab one of these and read it, I will have a link below. I think the link below, it will give it's like $5 for the first book, I believe. You can check it out, but I don't like get paid or anything from them. It's just my own. Hey, here's something for you. So then my other book that I got for January was this one, which these are the only 2 books that are in the February club. So so crazy, right? I mean, not just one book that I picked last month, but 2 books are in the February again. So this one is Anatomy of an Alibi, and I literally I think I read the first chapter, so don't have much to report on this book or anything, but yes, I'm going to do that. So then I got to pick my February book of the month. And this time I did an audiobook because audiobooks are great for when I am driving to work because it's about 20 minutes. And then when I'm on my lunch break or before I go into work, I like to knit or work on whatever project and I can listen to it there. So I decided this month to get an audiobook, and the one I got is called The Odds of You. So I will definitely let you guys know what that how that goes. But then I also, so last year I was doing the Stunning String Studios Mystery Knit Along, and along with that we were reading the Cleopatra Fox Mystery Series by C.J. Archer. And we got all the way to the last book. I think it was book 9. I think book 9 we read in October. And then there was another book that was coming out. The 10th book was coming out. I think it was the 10th book. Don't hold me to that, but I think it was the 10th book. It came out in December. So I also last week while we were driving, or this week while we were driving, I guess, I downloaded that. I listened to maybe 5 minutes of it, and it was just so hard to pay attention to it with my husband driving and the crazy weather. I do have that. So I have that audiobook also. So I feel like I'm going to keep listening to that one first. And then I'll go into the Odds of You one once I get done with that, because the audiobooks go so much faster when, I'm like listening to them 5 or 6 days a week, and yeah, they just go a lot faster. So instead of having to like read this book and then another physical book, I did the audio so that I knew I could get at least done by the end of February with those. So yeah, lots of reading going on, lots of reading. I think when we left last Wednesday on vacation, I was a fourth of the way done with this book. I read a lot, but like I said, I really enjoyed it. And then when we got back home, that's when I picked up this one, but I just finished the first chapter. I think I was too tired. I had literally just finished the other one, and then I grabbed that one, and I was like, okay, we need to just hold on. So yeah, lots of reading to come. I'm so excited to get back into that. And then life news. So you guys, like you guys know, so since, I guess I should go back to last podcast. So since then, do you remember I had my self-assessment for work, and then I had 8 other self-assessments for all of my associates. So I managed to get all of those done at home, so that all I had to do was go to work and literally type them all up. It was awesome. Like that's one thing. Like, one, I hate talking about myself, so I hate doing my assessment. I just set my microphone, so hopefully it didn't make too much noise. The associates one is a little easier because I only have to write one part in there, where in mine I have to write in 3 separate parts. So it's so much, and they only give you a certain amount of time to get it done. And if I wouldn't have pre-done all of that work at home, there's no way I would have been able to do it in the time that I needed to. But I got all of this done. That's over. So I had so much to catch up on, because like I told you guys the last episode, I am doing 2 managers' jobs right now until I find another manager to hire. But with inventory coming up on Monday, it's just like I can't worry about that right now. So we kind of put that like on the back burner. I mean, we're still interviewing, but I've kind of put it on the back burner on like making a selection. And everybody who I have interviewed knows that. So yes, so I had to help prepare my team, or my other leaders in the building, on what to do while I was gone. Basically, it all kind of went to my GM. She took over, which I am so thankful for her. It's like she's learning a lot about operations in this part too, because, like, if you've never done operations and you're in any other management part of the store, you don't understand it until you physically do it. And so yeah, she did great, wonderful while I was gone. And we have inventory coming up. So I had to get everybody prepared on what needed to be worked on while I was out. And then, so we left for vacation on Wednesday. And we knew kind of they were expecting some kind of a storm. We didn't know if it was going to be as bad as it turned out to be, because you never know, right? Texas weather, like, it could just change. But we left Wednesday, headed to Missouri to go visit my daughter for her birthday. So we got there Wednesday evening. We got stuck in traffic for like 2 hours near Denton, Texas. There was an accident and we literally were just standstill. So we got up there because we left at like 6 in the morning. We should have been there no later than 3, but we didn't get there till almost 5 o'clock. So we got there. We went over to see my daughter really quick because she had to go to church service that night. And we went over, saw her for about 30 minutes before she had to go. And then we went over to our Airbnb. So I don't have any footage of the Airbnb because they have listed on their Airbnb that they don't want any like commercial photography, video, anything like that. So I couldn't take anything, which is fine. Let's see. Thursday, we had my daughter came with us all day. We went out for coffee to our favorite Echelon that is in town. And we got some coffee there. And then we went to this market. I think it was Market 14, Mill 14, something like that. It's like a place that has a bunch of different restaurants in it. It was really nice. I do have a picture of the outside. And then maybe one of us eating. My husband, he had gotten like different kind of like sliders from one place. My daughter and I got, I want to say she got like pad thai. And I got something similar. I don't know. It was a bowl, had noodles, egg, I think chicken, different stuff. So it was very good. And then we got cookies from this other little place in there that had these fancy cookies. It reminds me of ones we've gotten from the Dallas Farmers Market. But my husband and I got the apple crisp cookie. It was so good. And then my daughter got a chocolate Nutella cookie. She said it was really good. She took some home to her husband. And then after we left there, we drove around. We went to like different thrift stores. We went to this one place called Relics, and it has hundreds of little booths that people own in there. It was mostly a lot of antiques. I'll put up here, I got 2 little glasses. I love like the glasses like we had as kids from like McDonald's, or like the tall glasses that have different characters on them. And there's ones that came from other places. There was so many to choose from, like different spots that had these, but a lot of them, it was like, they went at $14 per glass. And I'm sorry, but I'm not like, I love them, but I'm not going to pay that. We found one booth. There was probably 50 booths that had different ones, but they were all around like $10 to $14. But then I found this one that only had a few of them, and they only wanted $1.95 for them. So I was sold on those. But there was just so much to look at. By the time you get like halfway through it, everything starts to look the same because people have a lot of the same things in there. We went over there, checked that out. I really wish we had one of those here that I could put my yarn in. That would be so much fun. Yeah, we did that. And then she went back to her apartment to wait for her husband to get done with work. And then, and then we went to see Anaconda that night. We met his parents, his sister, and my daughter's friend, and my daughter and her husband, and we all went to see Anaconda at a place called the Alamo, which they served dinner. So we ordered food while we were there, ate. It was so much fun. Anaconda is so funny. If you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. It's really good. It has Paul Rudd and Jack Black in it. it was very good. And then we went back to our Airbnb. Then Friday was my daughter's birthday. So originally we were going to pick her out, go to coffee. Her husband decided he wanted to take her out to coffee for her birthday. Okay, that, we were fine with that. We just met them for lunch at a place that used to be called Ramatai. My daughter hadn't even realized that it had moved. It's like one of our favorite places to go when we're there. It had just moved like the street behind and merged with another company, I think just because of parking issues, because the parking wasn't great where they were, but they were always busy. It did have a different feel vibe in it, but it was the same great food. So we had lunch there. So then after lunch, we went to like Academy. She wanted some slippers. We went to this creative reuse place. It was awesome. I bought some stamps. I'll try to put a picture up here. I bought stamps. I bought some cross stitch looms. Oh, I bought some paper. I think that's all I bought. I'll put a picture here. But great prices, 50 cents per stamp. I think I paid $10 for everything. It was amazing. She also told us about a couple of different places. I think one was in Denton and in Austin, that's in Texas. She's like, you have to go check them out. They're like creative reuse places. So yes, definitely going to check those out. My daughter bought some yarn, and my son-in-law bought different like wood stuff, some baskets. He's getting into all different kind of crafts, but woodworking, wood stuff. Like, I know, like we got him like a wood whittling kit he wanted for Christmas, and then I think he has like wood burning stuff. So I don't know, but he found some great things there. So we did that. It was just frigidly cold, let's put it that way. So we did that. We went back to our place. They came over, stayed the night that night, and we had bought some take and bake pizzas. So we made that. She wanted a nothing bundt cake for her birthday, so we got her that. Yeah, after the creative use place, they went to grab their stuff. We went back to the Airbnb, and then we went bowling before we started. We came home, made the pizzas. So we went bowling, I think around maybe 4:35. We went bowling. So I hadn't done that in a hot minute. So that was fun. I'll show you a picture here of us at the bowling alley. But yeah, my daughter beat all of us. It was just perfect because it was her birthday. She beat all of us. Then we went to the Airbnb and had pizza, cake, and just hung out. We played games. We played this Hughes game. We played this like memes game, something like that. Watched a movie, and then we went to bed. And then the next morning at 4 o'clock in the morning is when it started snowing. So they stayed with us till probably about 5 o'clock on Saturday because they wanted to get back to their apartment before dark because there was a lot of snow to have to drive through at that point. So yes, they went back to their place, and then we were going to leave on Sunday. So we said our goodbyes. We were thinking maybe we would be able to go on Sunday and say like over to her place, say goodbye really quick, but that didn't happen. It had snowed so much that I don't even know how much there was, but I will show you a picture of the roads when we were leaving town. Luckily, it's up there in Missouri. They're used to this stuff. It's snow. It's not ice. It's snow. So it's a lot drier. They treat the roads like they have all kinds of people maintaining the roads there. So we didn't know how far we would get. My husband was hoping to get home that day, but we headed out. It was fine. It's crazy because there's truck drivers that will just pass you in a lane that's not treated, like just blow by you. It's crazy. We passed by at one point like an 8 truck pileup where like one must have stopped to rub together with another one, and then all the other trucks behind them couldn't stop in time, So we did get delayed a little bit there. We had to wait with everybody else to get off this off ramp, turn around, and mind you, there's a lot of snow. Turn around and then get back on the highway. We even saw a truck that its back brakes were locked up and they were just riding down the freeway with like flat tires on the back. It's crazy. But like, when you're out, you just pray that, like I trust my husband to drive in that stuff. He's grown up driving in that. But it's just the other people out there that you have to be careful of. So we got to Ardmore, Oklahoma, filled up for gas. We get back on the freeway from there to Texas was nothing but ice. Crazy, crazy ice. So luckily we managed, I could tell my husband usually things don't bother him, but I could even tell like he wasn't okay with, and especially it started getting dark. So I got on his phone and got us a hotel room in Gainesville. We made it to Gainesville, stayed the night there. Even stuff there was like closed down. We had talked to the lady in the hotel and she said like people had been there for days, keep extending because they couldn't get out. So we stayed the night there, waited till the next Monday morning. We got up and waited till the sun came out. And then we got back on there. Was not the greatest road conditions. I would have never driven in that. I would have been like, I'm just staying here until it's gone. But my husband was able to get us home. Even 5 miles before our house was a thick ice. It was crazy. But luckily he was able to get us to the house safe and sound. And then I was like, there's no way I am driving in any of this. Because one, like, even say like days later, like today, it's been 3 days with the sun out and my driveway and my road still have ice on them. They just have not gotten enough sun to melt. So, and in town, you wouldn't even know, like, everything's clean, but here it is not. So the first, I think it was Tuesday, because I needed to get back to work. So we had been closed, I think 3 days. From Saturday to Monday, our store was closed. Or no, I take that back. They did open on Monday for about 5 hours, but there's only 2 people who were able to get in there. So mind you, all of this stuff from Sunday and Monday that in operations that has to get done is still sitting there. So Tuesday, my husband drove me in because he works for an electric company. So he has to be able to drive in this, right? So he took me to work, dropped me off, picked me up later. But we had so much to catch up on, not including the fact that we still have to get ready for inventory that is on Monday. So Tuesday, he drove me to work. We got a lot of stuff done. And there was like half the people called out to work anyways. And then yesterday, I was telling him on Monday night, our roads are still so bad. Like even the 5 miles to our house were still so bad. And I was like, there's no way. And he was like, oh, I'll just put you in like our farm SUV, the truck or the SUV that my husband just drives around, like the property, or, he'll venture out into town. But, it's 4-wheel drive and my car's not. And so he was like, and mind you, I am terrified. I will not drive if there's anything on the road. I am terrified because of an old experience. I'm sorry I'm babbling for so long, but I'm trying to update you guys. I will show you the pictures, if I haven't already, of what the roads were like coming home and the next day. So he was like, you'll be fine. All right. So he pulls up the farm car and, he's like, oh, you'll just follow me in. So we get up yesterday morning and I am terrified. My anxiety is going through the roof. And I'm like, you don't understand how terrified I am. He's like, you'll be fine. So he's like, I already put it in 4-wheel drive. You'll follow behind me. And I'm like, okay. All right. It was terrifying. I could only look in front of me. I could not look any further than that because I had only concentrated on a little inch at a time. I made it to work. Thankfully, I did because the roads were so bad with ice. Like, I just had to focus on what was right in front of me and just make sure, because there's a lot of hills we have to go up and down. Luckily, I didn't have to stop at any stop sign. I just kind of like went on through. But I made it to town. Once I got to town, it was fine. And then coming home yesterday was fine because a lot of the sun had gotten on it until I got to my road. And then, of course, it's still, ridiculous. We couldn't come up like our regular driveway because we have like this cheater driveway we don't hardly ever use it. It's not like rocked or anything. It's real muddy. So I was able to get the Tahoe in that side and in under the carport, and I successfully got home. So I didn't have to go to work today. So hopefully most of it melts today. I haven't seen it melt yet, but hopefully it does. It's like in the 40s. So I'm hoping it's all gone by tomorrow morning because I have to leave. I have to go to work. To leave here at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work. And yeah, I don't want to deal with any of that, especially driving my car. But anyways, yeah, that was a long story and I'm sorry, but like I wanted to update you guys on all of that. Some of you probably live in so much worse conditions and you're like, Jen, but yeah, that is my story. And the reason I'm terrified is because when we lived in Northern California, kind of up near Lake Tahoe, gosh, this was over 20 years ago. I had a little sports car then, and it had there was like ice on the roads. We lived like way back in the country and we had to go like down a hill, windy. It wasn't me, but I had two cars that I was following and they kept hitting the brakes. And last time they were hitting the brakes going down this hill, they hit it so hard that when I tapped on the brakes, my car slid, hit a guardrail. And mind you, on the other side of the guardrail is like a cliff. And ever since then, I have been terrified to drive anywhere. So that is the only reason why I hate driving when it's anything out. I'll drive in the rain. That's fine. It's just anything cold. No. But yeah, so that's what I got for life news. And then, yeah, so work, hopefully we're getting caught up on that. Hopefully we're ready for inventory. I really am not looking forward to inventory. It's kind of like changed over this last year and more hands are in it. And yeah, it's pretty scary. So I just hope that we make goal. That's all I can hope for. But we will find that out, pretty soon. But hoping for the best, even though I'm just not confident. But yeah, so that's all I got here. Sorry for rambling on. If you stayed this far, definitely give me a thumbs up. Maybe put a snowflake emoji down in the comments for sure, because yeah, that was a lot about snow. You guys, I will be back here next week for episode 71. And hopefully I will have some finished objects to show you. And yeah, we'll see what's going on. But definitely come check out our Brazos Fiber Works Ravelry group. You guys, if you are a current viewer, thank you so much for coming along. I appreciate you guys so much. I have not been on Ravelry the last 5 days because of everything that's been going on. I will get on there today, check those things out. But I don't have any finished objects I can add to it. But I will definitely get in there, see what's going on, and I will see you guys back here next week, episode 71. Have a great week. Bye.